Hello, Ms. Buchanan's Algebra 1 class. This is May 10th, and I want to take you through some of these problems. I worked on these problems with some students in the classroom, and so I just want to review if I missed you in class, and if you still need to finish these. I want to get at least half of them done with you. So this is the product property for exponents. And whenever we come across negative exponents, we are going to put them into the denominator, and that changes it from a negative to a positive exponent. That's why we want to have only positive exponents. So I'm going to take 3 times 4, that's 12. And then I just did this one, it kind of looks ugly, as we were working out in class. X to the negative 4th plus the negative second. Remember, when we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So negative 4 plus a negative 2 gives me a negative 6. I went ahead and just put it down below in the denominator. Y to the negative 4th and y to the first. That would be negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3, so I just put it down at the bottom. This kind of looked ugly because I didn't know if there was going to be anything more to add up here, so I just kind of straightened it up. So I have 12 over x to the 6th, y to the 3rd. For number 3, 3 times 3 is 9. And then I always just end up putting in, and you'll notice that I end up putting my variables in alphabetical order. Just, I don't know why. It just makes me feel better, I guess. So I have x to the 3rd. I just leave the x to the 3rd. Then I have y to the 1st plus y to the 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1. And I don't have to put anything there if it's a 1. So I'm done. There's no negatives in that one. I have 4 times 3 is 12. And then I have x to the 1st and minus 4. So that would be x to the negative 3. And I just have y to the 3 here, right? So this changes into, I'm going to take that x to the negative 3 and I'm going to put it down below in the denominator to make it a positive exponent. So I have 12 y to the 3rd over x to the 3rd. This one right here, I have 3 times just 1, so it's going to be 3. And then I'm going to go with my x's. 4 plus 3 is 7, and y to the 4th. Don't forget about that. Here I have 3 times 2 is 6. Then my x's, I have 4 plus 4 is 8, and y, 4 plus 4 is 8. Looks good. 4 times 2 is 8. And then I have x, I have to the 1st and to the 4th. 4 plus 1 is 5. And y to the 0, z to the 0 is just ends up being nothing. So if you were to take like any number, let's take like 5 to the 0 power, it just ends up being a 1. I shouldn't say nothing, it's just a 1. That's just a scrape on my calculator, that's just 1, that's not negative. So it just ends up being 1. So this would be like times 1 times 1. So 8x to the 5th times 1 times another 1 is just still 8x to the 5th. So I'm just done with that. 2 times 2 is 4. I have x's. This is the only x I have, x to the 2nd. I'm going to go with y. I only have y to the negative 4th. I have nothing to add to it. Z, I have a couple z's here. I have to the 3rd and to the 2nd. So it's going to be z to the 5th. Now, this is going to change. I'm going to take this and put it down below because I don't want any negative exponents. I only want positive exponents. So I'm going to have 4x to the 2nd, z to the 5th, all over y to the 4th. And I'm done. 4 to the 4 times 2 is going to be 8. My a's, I have a 4 and I have a negative 4. That just gives me a to the 0. And so a to the 0 is just 1. So I'm just not going to, 8 times 1 is 8. So I'm done with my a's. B, negative 2 and b 1, so negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, so I have b negative 1. And then I just have c to the 4th, right? So I'm going to take this b negative 1 and throw it underneath. And I didn't have to put that 1 there. Z to the 4th. So it could just be, you know, this equals 8c4 over b. I didn't have to put the 1 there. If you need help with a couple other ones up here, I'll just, you know, you could pause that on there and that will help you with some of those. And hopefully you can get the other even ones done. And good luck with the rest of the assignment.